afternoon. It is hot. You wouldn't have known that it was going to be this nice this morning. We got hit with quite a cold front, a lot of rain, a lot of thunder and lightning storms over the last 48 hours. So we just got kind of lucky that the clouds have pushed out for us. But here we are. Goldie and I are kicking off our August edition of the 12 months of Carp. Funny enough, today, this morning is actually when we released the July edition out to the public. So thank you to all of you who have watched it, and to all the viewers who have been following along since the beginning. We really appreciate it. So here we are, keeping it going, and we're in a brand new spot. This is the first time we've actually put lines in this spot, and I think it's only like our third or fourth visit. The first one when we were checking it out, another visit to come in and actually clear the low-lying weeds just to make it so that we can bring our gear in and actually fish it. And like, we're in the middle of nowhere. We're in the woods. There's a couple of ATV trails not too far away, and an amazing stretch of water. A stretch of water we know holds some really big fish. The problem is they're nomadic. They move back and forth. They don't really hold to one point. So we've been pre-baiting with each visit, hoping that we can make this a spot that these fish want to come to. Our suspicion is that it's a night spot, that they'll move in here in the evening, and hopefully we can pick one off. But since this is kind of a special weekend for us, we've got this evening to do this session, late afternoon into the night. Then in the wee hours of the morning, and in a few hours, just before lunchtime tomorrow, we'll be able to fish this again for a second session. And I'm not quite sure how the schedule is going to roll, but I might even come back here Monday as well. I'm pretty determined to get a fish out of here. I know the stamp of fish that comes through here, just a short ways up that way. We've done really well over the last few years. I can't wait for these rods to go off. We've had fish showing over the bait periodically. They're showing on the other side, showing up over the bait where I am. They've been showing around where Goldie is. It's just a matter of time before one of them picks up the hook bait. But we're in gin clear water. We don't know how smart these fish are, how riggy they may be, because like I said, they travel. They go down to areas where people do fish for them, but they've also got massive stretches this way where they will never see a rig, never see a line. Brand new spot, brand new month, brand new opportunity to get another 20, hopefully bigger. We might even let Goldie catch one too. So let's see what happens. Well, time for an update. It's now just after 7:30 in the evening. We're about 5 hours into the session, and it seems like within about 20 minutes of spotting, we do get fish rising over the bait, but we have yet to actually get a take. Now, being a new spot, we are still testing out rigs and baits, and we've tried some pop-ups and some wafters, but I'm thinking we're gonna have to dumb it down a bit more, go even more simple, and just get right down to bare bones. We're spotting corn out, fish are rising over the corn, so I changed my rig up with a nice big wad of corn on the hair. Something to stand out just that little bit more. We've got lots of gravel, got a little bit of silt out there, and really thick layer of silkweed that Goldie's landing in out in front here. He's fishing a little bit deeper. I'm kind of on the slope of the drop-off that's pretty much right away, like it's steep after you get about 3 feet out. So I think I'm going to crank this in. I'm going to swap out my rig with the corn. See if maybe that'll trigger a bite. Well, your rig's not going to fish effectively if it's in knots. So I guess it's a good idea that I decided to change this. The question is, did that happen when it went down? Or did that happen while it was down there. Yeah, that was about a 6-inch zig I was fishing. Being off the slope over the silkweed, I figured about 6 inches would do it, just with the yellow pop-up. But you know, the sun is starting to drop below the tree line on the opposite bank. The water's still just crystal clear. But I'm really optimistic here, so I'm thinking that change of tactics, once we start to get a little bit darker, lose a little bit more light, the fish might start moving around closer to shore. You know, if they've been deep, they'll come up. I'm going to swap this out and put it out there. This is a much longer rig. A little PVA bag. Big ball of corn, or a big hair full of corn. Just something to kick it away from the lead a little bit further. It's a nice long rig to kick it out away from the lead. Maybe sit down the slope a little bit further. Like 5 pieces of corn on there. I think I even went to a heavier hook. It's a size 4 monster carp hook. Just a nice heavy wire, good strong hook. I was using smaller ones earlier. I was using 6s, but there's big fish here. I know there's big fish here, so I'm going to switch to a 4. Big ball of corn. Wind's dying down a little bit. Sun's dropping down. Man, it looks perfect for a bite. And they're here. We know they're here. They've been moving through. So put this out, and if nothing happens in about 20 minutes, I'll put a couple more spots over the spot. Might have gone down to the bottom of the ledge that time, but I've been baiting the whole side of the ledge, so whatever doesn't stay up on the ledge, it might trickle down to the bottom, so they should feed up and down that whole thing. Well, I suppose time for another update. Hasn't been many so far. It's been a very quiet session. It's just coming up on 10 o'clock at night. We did have more fish rising over the spot, but no takes. Mosquitoes are starting to get bad, and the current's adjusting. Seemed like as soon as the sun went down, the current started to move back and forth a little bit. It's actually wreaking havoc on the alarms. But there's still fish rising on the other side of the river. We actually utilized most of our time waiting for a bite, fiddling with rigs and baits, and actually starting a second swim just down a little bit from us, from where we are now. So I think we're pretty much going to wrap this session up in the next 20 minutes or so. And yeah, we're back tomorrow morning for sure. So maybe about 6 or 7 hours from now, we'll be back here and put in a morning session, see if that's any different, see if all the bait we put in tonight maybe get some grubbing around and ready for tomorrow. And then after that, we'll see what happens. But for now, August has begun, continuing our 12 months of carp, kicking it off with a blank. Not there. It's not there.
Holy smokes.
What a take. Did you see that? He smashed it. Oh my God. Did you see that rod? It almost took it out of the rod rest. Took every piece of corn off except the rubber piece.
Yeah.
So obviously the hook stung him, otherwise it wouldn't have moved the rig, it wouldn't have put that much pressure on the rod. But how much of the hook was exposed, or how much give came loose to cause that to come free? That was our first proper bite here. Multi-rig's just tightened right down. I'm shaking. Whoa. There was no hints, there was no nothing, it was just the hammer dropped. There's a fish there. Well, there was. I set the bobbin and I couldn't tighten the line up. And then it was too tight. So that's what? 2 minutes since the last bite, just as soon as I put bait on and put it back out. Got me weeded up here. I'm gonna have to get him. We might have to move your line, Goldie.
Okay.
We have to get him around that. Not a big thing. Oh. Right in along the bank, like up where the other swim is.
Yep, got it.
It's just a dink. Rod in hands. Tightening the bobbin. You got him feeding, buddy. Look how clean he looks. Yes.
There you go. Get off.
Okay, so this is a morning spot, but all that work last night. There we go. Off the mark for August in our second session. A lot of hard work and hard fishing last night. Obviously set the stage for this morning. Missing a massive take. All it took was a few minutes for me to put a little bit more corn on the hair, cast, set the rod down, and I was literally just setting the bobbin and it went off screaming in my hands. And the result is a 12-pound, 11-ounce, pristine, like absolutely pristine, probably never been caught before common. And man, absolutely over the moon with this one. So we're gonna get Goldie's bait changed. We're gonna get these lines back in there. I'm gonna throw one more spoon of corn over the spot because they're rising all over the place. So as long as this didn't spook them, we should be in for another one. Just right into that grass. held it up. Yep, a little bit. Mine's doing the same thing, right? Because I got so much corn on there, it's just the stack sticking straight up. Oh, crank it in, crank it in, crank it in. I think you hit the edge of that wood. Get right in front of the boat. That's right at the edge of the boat. See it? Going out there, eh? Is that your intention? Okay. Hope it doesn't fuck it. Oh, that was a big carp. I saw all of that carp. And this is recording me yelling, oh, that's a big carp. Goldie. Sneaky bastard. Well, update time. Now had a few pickups. It's been just shy of an hour since that fish. Had a couple of knocks and bumps. And I was just standing there watching some small fish moving around in the shallows in front of us, and Goldie's rod melted off. Just absolutely peeled off right beside me. So with me being right there, I set into it. Goldie ran over and grabbed the rod, and man, that was a strong fish. Probably fought that for what, 5 minutes?
About that.
4 or 5 minutes. And then it just kept going deeper and deeper, and there must be a larger rock or some kind of obstruction down there. We know there is some structures nearby. Unfortunately, the fish just kept going deep, didn't really gain much line, and it broke them off. So continues Goldie's bad luck of hooking beast fish and having them break them off. But it's always on some kind of weird structure. Not, you know, no fault of his. He's fighting the fish just fine. But they're still moving through. And funny thing is I had to move my line out of the way if Goldie were to gain any line and get the fish up close. And right before I reached for my rod, it slammed as if I had a quick pickup and drop. So the fish have moved back in on us. So hopefully within the next hour a few more will come out. But for now, I'm just going to slap together a new rig for Goldie. He's getting his bait ready and his lead clip ready. Hopefully the morning will continue. It's like, well, it is like night and day compared to last night, literally. But just the fish activity is a world different today. Like, we have bait fish in front of us, small panfish and stuff. We didn't have any of that yesterday until well after dark. We got carp rising all over the place. It's just amazing what 30 pounds of bait will do over a couple of days to draw them in. Okay, so let's keep at it. August continues. In a good way, it looks like, and a bad way. A Goldie way.
Goldie way, that's right. If I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all.
Sure you would. You would have worse luck. Did you take all my swivels? Where's all my swivels, Goldie? Are you the swivel thief? Now you're definitely over me and right in those weeds.
But that's right where all the bait's been going in.
So now I have to pull mine in and cast over you. Holy crap! I walked over to put a spoon in, that's it. Didn't even make it back. Goldie?
Yep.
You ready to take the bank? I need to move this rod. At least maybe move it down to that end for now. Let me weed it up. It went right up into the weed. Over. Yeah. He went right into the shore. Yeah. Right into the weed. Can't even feel if he's still there. He went out deep and then just shot straight in. Oh, he's still there. Just like that little one, he shot right into the bank to get on this side of the reef. Oh my God, he's way down there. I feel like he's screwing with me now. I don't know if there's so much weeds on there he can't see, or if I'm just dragging a ball of weeds, or if I'm just walking him up this shallow part. Coming up here, your line is going to end up getting away. Oh, no. You're going right into your line, Goldie. Right here. Yeah. Get it around me. Straight on that reef back there. It's an okay fish. Yep. It's not huge, strong. No. Yes, what a battle.
He's a little bigger than the last one.
Is he? I still need my 20 for August. Do you think he's that high or not quite?
No, not quite. I'd say 18.
What a battle. Literally cast in, walk to the next swim, throw a spoon in, and I got halfway back before that rod went. High doubles? Okay, so our second fish landed, and one of a couple battles now, several hits. Very identifiable fish for the future. This split tail. So I think it's easy to say that we're going to name this fish split tail or fork tail. What do you think? We'll call it the fork.
The fork.
17.5?
17.5.
What a pig. That was one of the hardest battles with a carp I've had in a while. Went out deep, came right back up shallow, weeded me up, then just stayed in the weeds and shot upriver into more weeds. And every time I made 10 feet of progress back, he'd weed me up. And then just slowly walked it all the way back. A little bit of weed in its eyes, and then it went nuts right here, right in front. gorgeous fish. And again, absolutely pristine. Like with this one, with the exception of the tail, absolute mint condition fish. Strong, healthy. I'm really excited. This is an amazing spot. Look at the fat. Just a thick, fat fish. Well, this morning is starting to do a little bit better for us. Fish are still moving around on the bait. They're still rising, and that one was just down past the trees there. Thought I'd give you a quick look at the rig. Goldie's is slightly different, but not that different. It's just a little bit shorter, and his isn't a multi-rig. Mine, I'm still rocking the multi-rig. But we're fishing deep water. The current's not fast, but it does shift. So I want something that's going to hold to the bottom and get down deep fast. I'm kind of fishing the slope. So I've got 125 gram inline lead to a size 8 swivel with an anti-tangle sleeve. And my hook link is about 13 or 14 inches long. So it's end trap soft. And then right to where that split shot is, I've actually stripped the coating back the rest of the way to the hook. So I've actually got quite a long section past the split shot as well. It's just these fish are shy, you know, they're not pressured yet, but they know something's up, something's going on. So I'm trying to have as much movement as possible in all the rig components, so that when they do get the confidence to take that in, then everything does its job. So I've got a size 4 Monster Carp tackle hook, universal perfection, with my last Gardner hook aligner on there. I've got 4 pieces of Monster Carp pineapple corn. Got it a little bit brighter than normal by soaking it in a little bit of pineapple liquid I still had. So not only is it already a good bait, but I've kind of boosted it a little bit, and then just topping that with the yellow pop-up corn. So very, very visual in this clear water, but it seems like pineapple's doing it. The fish that Goldie had on was also on pineapple. He's using a slightly modified corn witch. So yeah, he can talk about his bait when he gets a fish in. But yeah, similar rigs, similar setup, right about the same spot, and we both had some good quality takes. And so far, through some pretty hard battles, 2 fish have come to the net. So I guess I should put mine back out there, and we hope for yours to go next.
Throw some more bait in so I can get a fish.
Well, the last time I threw bait in, I got the fish.
I know. So
if I throw it in, I'm going to get the fish again. You need to throw the bait in.
Well, maybe I should go throw it in.
But throw it further, because last time I threw it too close. What a gorgeous morning out here, eh? More right. Perfect distance. Me. I just had a pick up and a drop. Such savage freaking takes, my God.
big, but he's long.
Yeah.
He's a little guy. Oh my god. It dropped my phone. I have no idea where that went. Back on the way.
Double ring. Now,
Full of salad.
now you're in trouble.
No.
Do it. No, now you're too close.
Even the little guys are just beasts. Wow. So we got to figure something out here because
There's something wrong with my rig.
yours has been sitting idle without my line in the water,
Yeah.
and then as soon as we put mine back in, it just melts off.
Might have to go longer.
Can this underneath?
Might have to go longer hair like you're using.
No, I don't think it's a longer hair. I'm thinking maybe it's the inline lead setup. Maybe we'll change your lead system.
Gotta do something.
My phone's on my seat there.
Yep.
Well, there we go. Fish number 3 for me. Apparently, as I took a walk back to the van just a short time ago, I missed another run. Goldie set into it, and it came back with a scale on it. So we figured that the fish picked it up, dropped it, and just kind of rubbed against its flank, and just kind of dragged the hook a little bit. But here we go, another low double. I'm not going to bother weighing it, this one. Ooh, he's angry. Get your fins up. Come on. It's a gorgeous fish. Again, the quality of these fish, real healthy. It's definitely a good system here. But they're still jumping all over us. And it seems like whenever we shovel some bait in, a bite comes. So,
For you.
for me. Well, my line's going to be out again because I got to change my hook. I bent that one, so I need a new hook. So you got to have another 10 minutes or so that I'm going to let you have. But when you recast, I think we're going to switch you to an inline lead. I think that's probably the only difference really between the rigs that's making a difference. Yeah, kicking off August well. Let's get some more. What else can we do? Oh no, he's going left. This is a bigger fish.
Uh-oh.
Come on, I just put my rod in the water. I have no idea what I'm going to do. This fish is
Gone left.
just on the other side of that big snag where you were. And deep, went deep. I was trying to Instagram a photo of you. This felt big, man. Maybe it's just a small, strong one. Just on the surface there.
Oh, he's still back. Oh,
Double for sure.
beautiful color.
savage taste. I can't get over it. Crystal clear water. Look at that. I'm out there. Oh, oh. This is a decent size, I think.
Yeah.
The weed just fell off my line and landed on yours.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for sharing. I haven't even got my bobbin on yet.
Oh yeah, you literally just
Literally just threw it in.
You said you'd scare me up a bite.
Uh-huh.
Scrappy. These fish are great, man. If every spot I fished at had fish that fought like this, the world would be amazing. Uh-oh. What's the matter?
The handle just twisted on.
This is chunker.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger than
We're gonna have to weigh this one for sure. That's a lot. That clear water makes them look small, but that's a big fish. Oh, the net is tangled. Oh my, that's a big fish, Goldie. That's a big fish, Goldie. He did not look that big at all.
That big at all.
Is that drag loose? Just on the frames.
Yep.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. Oh, you went right into your line. Goldie, fish!
Nice.
You put your line over the tip of my rod,
Yeah.
so I was lifting it off, and it melted through my thumb.
Okay. Oh, don't be there. Oh.
How do we do this when I've got what could be my 20 in the net? I'm gonna have to try and get this one in the waist length.
Go on, baby.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get my fish in the sling. You try and get yours up.
Yep. Come on, up you come.
Oh, my feet are wet now.
Oh, you thought yours was small. Woo!
I can't fit this thing in my sling, Goldie. Double. And I got a soaker and my line is everywhere. I literally got that fish in the sling just in time.
Take yours.
Take yours.
Oh, yeah.
Hang. That melted off with my hand on your line.
Yeah. I guess you scared me up a fish too, right?
Mine's really big.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you use?
Okay, yeah, he's a massive fish.
That hook came out. Oh, good. Not from me. You did it.
Yeah.
Are we gonna bother releasing any of this thing? Goldie.
Holy crap.
Okay, let me just set the fish down. So we want to do this quickly and get them back. What does that scale say?
That says 23.07 pounds.
23 pounds, 7 ounces. Not sure if the camera could pick that up. I got my August 20.
And I got my itty bitty 20.
You got your August fish, your 20 ouncer. Or 20 incher.
20 incher. So I don't know where I'm going to grab this guy from because
You just have to be careful.
his fins are...
And here, I didn't think we were going to need the larger unhooking mat for today.
Wow, okay, that's a bigger fish.
That's a big fish.
That's a big fish.
This fish did not look this size in the water. It felt this big when I set the hook. It did not feel this big after it came out in the open water. Yours is pretty.
Mine's kind of missing some fins.
Yeah, it's missing its pectoral fins, but other
Both
than
of them.
that, it's in pretty good shape.
It's in great shape. His tail's got a little bit of a chunk missing out of it too, but he is missing both his pectoral fins. Both of them. We thought it was just the one side when I
Yeah.
looked at him, but no, he's finless.
Double bubble.
Double bubble.
Double run.
Okay, so
now,
I'm gonna put mine back and we will get pictures of yours.
Yes.
Put some water on him and I'm gonna steal.
shall we say it together? August conquered.
It's too big for your camera.
Back up. He's heavy, Goldie.
Yeah, give me a second. August conquered. What an epic video this is going to be. Started out last night, got here about 2, fished till 10, nothing. There's a couple jumps, but we didn't get any line bumps, nothing like that. It was so dead. We were very worried. But we put in 2 5-gallon pails of corn and we hoped for the best. Went home, got refreshed, had a short sleep because we were back up 4 a.m. to get here. Got here at 6 a.m. and the first fish came out at about 6:30, and since then we've just been, John's been slamming. I finally got my little guy and it's just been crazy. This is a brand new swim. We've done a lot of work to get this swim fishable. We had to clear out a little bit of brush, big weed beds here. It's all gravelly. It's taken us some time to figure out where our hooks need to be to find these fish, and we've slowly been drifting down or upriver, depending on which way the flow is going, because that's another thing. The flow is changing every half hour or so. It will go this way and then it'll go back this way, and it'll go this way and this way, and it's a really, really neat spot. Having all the bumps that I did have using the lead clip system and changing to an inline system and catching that fish, that was the most bizarre thing. And then it being a double run, it was just we weren't prepared for something like that. We knew it could happen because we saw a lot of fish, but like you saw in the video there, we were not prepared to have that kind of action happen all at once. We have a smaller unhooking mat. We only have one net. It was just a mess of just everything happening at once. So glad it's done. This will be a beautiful spot once we get the fish coming in more confidently. They're still a little tentative. We have to put out a lot of bait after we throw our lines out, but once they come in, they are hitting hard, like really hard. Like John's rod is trying to flip out of his Signet pod here, and it's just crazy. So with that, we are going to go and have some fishing, maybe catch a 30. If we catch a 30, it will be put on the end of this. But other than that, August is done. Conquered!
We're going to stick around for the 30. If we get a 30, we're going to tack it on. High hopes there, bro.
Yep.
But they're here.
They're here. Wow, look at that 23 that just came in. It looked like it was like a 10.
We got 30 minutes of fishing before we got to leave.
Yep. 30 minutes. 30 minutes for a 30.
Well, I don't think we went more than 30 minutes without a bump at any point.
Nope.
What is that in the water? Is that a weasel in the water?
Weasels?
There's a weasel in the water.
Oh, he's going in behind that rock. Where'd he go?
Oh, I'm trying to tighten this down yet. It's still going out.
It's coming at you. Just keep the tip up. Watch the tree. Keep the tip up.
That was a good run.
Holy crap.
You said you wanted a 30, right?
Yeah. That's not a 30.
We don't know that.
Well, okay. Didn't look like a 30.
Sweet. Oh, we're right at the edge of the wood there. There you go. That's a strong fish, man. That's a good fish, Goldie. Oh, that's a psychotic fish.
He is fast.
But that's a big fish. Goldie, you might have a new PB here.
Wow, yeah, you've got to be strong. You're putting a good bend in this rod.
Yeah.
Well,
Hold on, keep that one you lost this morning.
yeah. He's got a beautiful.
Like a sheen to it, eh?
Wow, that was psychotic.
For the first time, I think he's smaller than we thought. I don't think it's a PB, but he's a good, solid fish.
Oh. A little bit again.
It's,
Oh yeah, he's high double.
high doubles. Let's get the mat and we'll, oh,
Yes. Guesses?
my guess, 16. He's probably gonna only be 14.
Okay, good there.
What is it, Goldie?
That's funny. You said 14?
Yeah.
14.4.
Well, I said 16, but he's probably 14.
Probably 14. Yeah, he's 14.
A little bit of
Okay,
water
I
on
said when I was doing my closing there that we put a 30 on the end, but not quite 30. He's a beautiful fish though.
But my line's still in.
Yeah, your line's still in. Has this amazing sheen to it.
Yeah, I know, eh? Just like he had this blue reflective sheen on him when he was fighting out there. Looked amazing.
Sorry, I just put some water on.
That wasn't me.
No, I had to drop back. I just had to drop back. Okay. This might get interesting.
Well, at least we got the net. Oh, it's not even together.
No, but it can go together quickly.
Okay. Okay, stop fighting. I'm gonna pick you up. Whew, here we go. Amazing fight. He was darting back and forth, like darting. Thought he was maybe 10 pounds. The way he was just moving, it was just like lightning. He would start and he would just go bam and he was gone. So yeah, good fight with this guy. Whew. Okay, so now we know this spot is very much a morning spot.
So far, yeah.
So far. You didn't even throw bait in that time.
Nope.
Oh, that was just lines in.
A lot of hard work has paid off. We just keep coming to this place.
Yeah. Okay, back you go, buddy. Okay. Oh yeah. Lightning. Yeah. Woo! That's where those two I've missed.
Why's the camera recording this?
You know why.
Oh, in case they go off on the...
This is one where the rod goes.
That's not what we want.
Well,
It'd be kind of cool. To see a take would be really cool. For sure. Like what I'm getting now.
See the tip? It was just bouncing a little bit. Trying to pack up the pod.
And he says, "Oh, why are you recording this?"
Okay, can you fold up the pod while I battle this? At least get it compact. This fish is gone. It's at the bottom somewhere.
yeah.
We're down to like 2 minutes before we go. Stay away from Goldie.
It's slippery. Very slippery.
past knockings. Rod's on the chair because the pod's getting packed up. Fish number 5 for me. Couldn't let Goldie get one by himself at the end. The hook holds on these fish today are just incredible. It's no wonder that the only fish that we lost today was that one you had that broke you off. The hook wasn't coming out. No way.
No way.
You know, not a beast of a fish by any means. You know, another low double. But fish number 5 for the session for me. 7th landed for the two of us. Oh, he's growling. In just a few hours. It's been an incredible session, an incredible 12 months of carp video session for August. Now we've got the entire month to just do our own fishing. Maybe do another video. We'll see.